Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. I'm Paul Sweeney with Lisa Mateo, and we're joined by Bloomberg's Tatiana Darye. Tatiana, what are you looking at today?
Let's start off with Nvidia and AMD. Those stocks are on the move after the companies agreed to pay 15% of their revenues from Chinese AI chip sales to the U.S. government for export licenses. And we're seeing sort of divergent reactions. Nvidia lower by about 0.5%, AMD higher by about 0.5%, because this is a really sort of a mixed story when it comes to immediate revenue, right? It's better than an outright ban, which we have seen in April, but it caps sort of the revenue boost because you'll have to give away 15% of it to the U.S. government. The deal raises a lot of eyebrows on Wall Street. Obviously, it's an unusual agreement. It is making a lot of people nervous, and there's still a lot of uncertainty about how China will take it. Analysts saying that Beijing, which has grown increasingly hostile to the idea of Chinese firms deploying the H20 from Nvidia, is unlikely to warm to the idea of a chip tax. But when it relates to the revenue, it is a significant portion of their revenue. China is about 13% of Nvidia's total sales, while 24% of AMD. So the potential there ranges from somewhere between 3 to 5 billion for AMD or 5 to 7 for Nvidia. But there's still a lot of uncertainty of how much of that they can actually generate in the near term.
Thank you for breaking that down, because I was wondering how much of a percentage is that. So we stick with chips. One of the best performing chip stocks this year, Micron, their shares are doing better.
Micron Tech up about 4% right now. This is the maker of a high bandwidth memory, a sort of key component in AI computing used alongside Nvidia processors. And they came out and raised their fiscal fourth quarter revenue and earnings outlook, citing improved pricing as demand for AI remains robust, but supply is constrained, which allows them to raise pricing. And this comes as a relief because Micron disappointed investors back in June with its outlook that fell short of expectations. So this is when they reported earnings. Today, they're kind of coming out with disclosures in regards to a conference they'll be attending, and they're coming in with this more bullish forecast, which is relief for investors. Shares up about 4%. Your ticker is MU.
It's tech story, the AI story, it's in full force. I don't think it just hasn't lost anything, in my opinion. I don't know.
The AI theme lives on.
Exactly. All right. Tiffany Brands, little blue box thing.
Tilray Brands, actually. We'll be looking at cannabis stocks, yes, because an important story there for them. Tilray, your ticker is TLRY, up about 21%, and its peers Kronos Group and Canamy are also up a similar amounts. This is after a Wall Street Journal report that President Trump is considering reclassifying marijuana as a less dangerous drug. And the reporting comes from a fundraiser at Trump's New Jersey Golf Club earlier this month, where he sort of hinted that he was interested in change. This would obviously be a big milestone for cannabis companies, which have been lobbying for this for a long time. As a reminder, marijuana is legal at the state level, in some states illegal at the federal level, and these companies have been lobbying very hard to reclassify it to a Schedule III drug, which wouldn't make it totally legal, but it would make it subject to less restrictions. So would be a big milestone for cannabis stocks here.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.